Hey guys, Strike Mods here. In this video we're going to be going over the GMK67 by Zoya. We're also going to be modding it too, so stay tuned to see how it works out. Now inside the box you'll see just the keyboard itself, wrapped in a thin plastic sheet. Just a small ounce of protection, but it goes a long way anyway. And here's the board itself. And underneath it is going to be the manual. Now this one's going to come in handy, so don't lose this one. And at the back you'll see the wire. There should also be a wire / keycap puller here, but for some reason it didn't come with any. Oh well. Now onto the board itself. For this build we went with the white version. And to pair with this are KTT Kang white switches, and some keycaps that the client personally picked. But for testing this board stock, we'll go over some plain white ABS cherry profile keycaps. Now let's go over and build it. This should take a while, but we have the power of editing, so it's just gonna be over in right about now. Time to put the keycaps on. And that's gonna be done in now. Let's go over the sound test. Here's the stock version of the GMK67. Pretty good at stock, right? Now, let's go ahead and open up the board and mod it. Start by pulling up the knob. This will give you access to the board and makes it overall easier to pull things apart. And now to open the case, just grab any card, push at the top like this, and then slide the card in. Once that's done, swipe it left and right. Top case should pop right off. Then use your hands to just pry the sides. No force needed. And at the bottom, push it at the side to make an opening. Then do the same with the card. That's it. Here's the top case and put it aside for now. Now lift this whole assembly to reveal what's underneath it. You should see a piece of foam and then 3 wires that's connected to the PCB. Grab a pair of tweezers and then gently remove them one by one. For this build we're not going to be using the stock foam, so feel free to put this to the side. And then grab your screwdriver and then start unscrewing the plate. Put the screws to the side and then lift the polycarbonate plate, the stock plate foam, and the IXP static foam. We're not going to be using this one either. Now grab a napkin and then wipe off the lube from the PCB. And then I grabbed this Teflon tape I had lying over, then cut them up to pieces, and then applied them on where the stabilizers hit. These will act as stabilizer pads. Now it's time to work on the stabs. Remove the stabilizers from the plate and get on to cleaning them right after. Now once this is cleaned up, check the housings for some buildup of leftover lube. Then you can clean this with a Q-tip. Once that's done, time to balance the wires. Oh, and I got these tools from Shopee, an online store here in the Philippines, but you can get these pretty much everywhere though. Let's lube the housings next, and I'm using this 205G0 from Squishy Types. Thank you for supplying me this lube. Now for the wires, I'm going to be using dielectric grease. I'm also going to be using a paintbrush to spread the lube evenly. Stabilizers are done. Now let's bring on a sheet of PE foam. Now it's time for reassembly. Put on the PE foam. Next up, put up the plate foam. And then put on your plate. Poke some holes for the switches, and let's mount them right after. Oh, and I'm using polyfill for the case foam, by the way. Let's apply the tape mod. Now I'm using this Lotus tape that I bought online. And here I'm applying just 2 layers of tape. I'm also using this X-Acto knife to cut out the JST connectors precisely. Now connect all 3 wires back, and then start reassembling the board right after. As for the client's keycaps, we're going with Pink Circus Cherry profiles. And just like that, the build is done. This one is the GMK67 with KTT Kang whites on Pink Circus Cherry profile keycaps from Luck Dog. And that's that. Sound test is up next, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks guys.